We have a tropical system west and east of the Philippines today here on our Tuesday evening. I'm meteorologist Robert Speta tracking Typhoon Nando, also known as Ragasa, near southern China, including Hong Kong, are going to be impacted by this after it moved over the Philippines here just yesterday. But now we have yet another storm. This would be 3 consecutive, by the way, between Mirasol, Nando, and now we have Opong, located just towards the east of the Philippines. We're going to start off with this, talking about this storm here, Opong, and then we're going to get into Ragasa or Nando as it nears southern China and break down that forecast too. So both storms going to be discussed here. But first, this is the first bulletin on Opong here per Pagasa. They do expect to become a tropical storm, potentially a severe tropical storm prior to landfall there around the Bicol region, or maybe even over towards Leyte. Big rainmaker with this one, and that includes for the Manila area. I know you've had some issues with flooding recently, and it still looks like this is probably going to head off into your direction, pass right over Manila and the NCR, increasing some pretty decent amounts of rainfall there. So yeah, it definitely is one of those type of setups here where the back-to-back storm systems, the grounds are already saturated. So that's why I really do think the rainfall threat is going to be one of the bigger issues with this for the Philippines. So take a look at this. This is actually over the next 5 days, 1 to 200 millimeters possible, according to the ECMWF, at least in northern areas of Leyte, extending across the Bicol area, Mindoro, and yeah, even over towards the NCR, including Manila. You could be looking at some pretty persistent rainfall from this next storm system based on the current outlook. Good news, the worst of it, based on what we are seeing right now, should stay towards the south of the spots that were just absolutely blasted, of course, here by Typhoon Nando. So, yeah, at least it's going to be tracking just towards south, but that just means a broader range of impacts for everybody else, right? All right, so here's a look at the broader satellite picture. Of course, our next storm system back here towards the east. It's riding along the southern periphery of the Westpac High, the same subtropical ridge that churned Nando or Ragasa towards the west versus a recurve. This is in the same atmospheric dynamic, so it is going to stay on that westerly track. You can see here as we go ahead through Friday morning, this would be about 8, 9 a.m. There you go into the afternoon. So Friday afternoon, per this specific guidance, you're seeing a landfall here around the Bicol area, maybe over towards Catanduanes. Now, the ECMWF has been historically underperforming on the intensity of these storm systems. This is just showing a tropical storm, but once again, I think a typhoon is possible. Probably a little bit of intensification just prior to landfall. Got the last storm system right on this. I'm a little worried about this one too. I think the models are underdoing the intensity just a little. But even with that said, let's say we just have a tropical storm here. Like I mentioned, it's still all about the rainfall. You can see that inflow coming in behind it. So Mindoro, the NCR, still going to continue to see that southwesterly flow. Now this is for Tuesday, and we still have that flow coming in from, of course, Nando. But by Wednesday, that flow backs off, and then we start to see a bit of a northerly breeze coming in from the east. And you can see our next storm, this is Friday, just passing on shore right there around the Bicol area, and then heading into Saturday. Friday and Saturday, increasing all of that rainfall for a good portion of central and southern Luzon. So, yeah, back-to-back impacts here with the first storm moving away, next one coming in just like that with all of the heavy rainfall to go with it. All right, so as I mention all this, I do want to remind you, a lot of you are just used to the flooding out here. You get it, but just be careful around those floodwaters. I know there's a lot going on today with all of that, so I mean, and not even the landslide threat, but I'm talking about like urban flooding, Manila and stuff. Just be careful around the floodwaters is all I'm saying. Things could be washed out. Just be smart, be safe, friends. We all know this, right? All right, anyways, here's a look at the forecast with Ragasa as it moves off towards the west, passing just towards the south of Hong Kong. I know classes and things like that have just been canceled out there already in Hong Kong. I wouldn't be surprised if you can start hearing those reports out of Hanoi too. That was the JMA track. This is the JTWC track. Looks like the extent of typhoon strength winds could be kind of brushing. That's what that kind of red semicircle is right there. It basically could be brushing Hong Kong, but the worst of it's probably going to be just north of Hainan here. And by the time this reaches Hanoi, it's going to be more of a rain threat, to be quite frank. It's going to be kind of weakened out due to friction over land. So not carrying the same potency by any means for our friends in Hanoi that we've seen here in northern Luzon across the Babuyan Islands, since this was at that time a fairly potent super typhoon, Cat 5 super typhoon. My goodness. Anyway, so yeah, there's multiple things going on here, friends, and I guess I'm always just trying my best to keep you informed, updated on this, and we'll do our best to just make sure no one's surprised by the next storm system. So, little homework for you. If you don't mind, just telling your neighbor who may not know there's another storm system coming, or set their expectations. So I know we just got done with a super typhoon. If you are in Manila or Legazpi and somebody says the super typhoon's coming, be like, no, but we are expecting a lot of rainfall, so there could be some additional flooding on top of what we've already been seeing out here. For our friends in Cagayan who are dealing with the aftermath of course, our current super typhoon, our current typhoon here, I'm not worried about this one impacting you. So maybe you can set those expectations with the people around you as well, and just be like, yeah, no, the southern areas of the Philippines or people south of us are going to be impacted, versus a direct impact here on the Cagayan Valley, where they got some heavy rainfall recently. So, yeah. Anyways, lots to talk about today. I feel like on days like today, I'm a little bit all over the place. It's a lot of rambling, but I do my best to kind of get to the point, inform and educate, right? That's the whole point of this all. So, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by, and I do hope you stay safe out there, okay, friends?